Sandy, the fireworks are hailing over Little Eden tonight. Memories of a vinyl junkie. Sandy, July 4th, Asbury Park. I didn't even know the name of the song when I first heard it. 50 years ago, 1973. Bruce Springsteen's second album came out November 1973, The Wild, the Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle. I had seen Greetings from Asbury Park, but I hadn't heard it. That came out earlier that year. And I remember towards the end of the year, KSAN Radio kept playing this one song, and I kept hearing Sandy. Sandy. I kept hearing Sandy, and I thought the lyrics were pretty interesting. That waitress lost her desire for me. She said she won't set herself on fire for me anymore. In 1973, I broke up with my girlfriend of 3 years, Judy. I was starting to date another young girl, Catherine. I was 19 years old, and I remember hearing that song. I just love the vivid, very cinematic, and I went, after I heard it on the radio, the next day I think I went to the record store I worked at, and I was looking for that Bruce Springsteen record, and I couldn't find that song. Obviously I knew it was new-ish, and I only had 2 albums out then, and I kept looking for a song named Sandy, 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 and of course, if you know the song, Asbury Park, July 4th, Asbury Park, in parentheses it's Sandy, and I don't recall if it actually says Sandy on the back cover. I don't remember right now. Springsteen fanatics there would be able to tell me, but I just thought that was the first song that really pulled me in to Bruce Springsteen, and I'm recording this on July 4th, celebrating the birthday of America. And going back to rock and roll, a memory sense of that song and how beautiful that song was. And that entire album, I mean, the next year I finally saw Bruce Springsteen on the Born to Run tour on Halloween of '75, and that is my favorite album. I would say Wild E Street might just be my second. I know I have a ranking. I don't know if I put it second or third, but it's certainly up there. It's such a majestic album, and he got away from the Dylan comparisons and actually went further in a different direction. And even though the lyrics of that song are very vivid and it's youth, that's youth and love. It's more romantic than the first album, of course. Springsteen telling these great stories. And of course, 2 years later, the Hollies would do a cover of Sandy and actually call it Sandy, very poppy version. As I recall, doesn't have all the lyrics. It leaves out a verse. The cops finally busted Madame Marie for telling fortunes better than they do. Sandy, their aura. Anyway, that's it. So, happy 4th, America. Bruce Springsteen, amongst my favorite artists, but especially those albums in the 70s are my favorite of Bruce Springsteen. So go play that song and listen to it, and it's just a wonderful piece of songwriting, of recording, of record making. Bruce Springsteen's second album, November 1973. Mazzy loves you.